Here we're going to talk about what type of AI tool should you use if you're looking at creating a business coach. Now, we are doing this through the lens of ADHD, but this is really relevant for really anybody who's looking at getting an AI business coach. And I wanted to start with the most popular service, which is OpenAI with their ChatGPT, because the important thing that you have to realize is that you have to have the ability to create custom GPTs. So ChatGPT, custom GPT, instead of just using it as an AI chatbot, you can load what are called knowledge files into your custom GPT that it can then reference and resource when it's communicating with you. I'm going to show you what that looks like. And because for me, I use Gemini and I have Coach Bob over here. But if I click edit here, this is basically the same setup, whether you're using Copilot, custom GPTs, Google's Gemini Gems is what they call this. But you can see you're going to have a name. You're going to have instructions, and it's kind of like how you should behave. And then you're going to have knowledge files that you can upload. The knowledge files is the really important part because that's where I'm uploading my core values and my vision and why, my ADHD strengths and weaknesses. And then I also have some canned business resources on how to communicate with people with ADHD, and then entrepreneurial advice from the top 20 business gurus that it's also going to pull from when giving me advice when I communicate with my AI business coach. So when I started to look at it, I was like, all right, well, which way should I go? A friend of mine, Andrew Amon, who 923 Studios, great follow on LinkedIn or social media if you're really into AI, he basically said whichever service and tool you use, it's going to become very sticky and it's going to be the one that you choose. And he's like, it's kind of like iPhone or Android. Once somebody gets into one of those systems, they rarely leave because there's just too much switching cost to go from iPhone to Android and all your apps and all the different integrations that you have in your life. He said it's going to be the same way with these different tools and services. So when I looked at this and I look at the pricing for ChatGPT, I'm like, okay, you got to spend at least $20 a month. And yes, you get access to some other things like voice mode and video screen sharing and these things, but it's really just different models of ChatGPT and then the ability to create custom GPTs. Then I started looking at Microsoft Copilot because I'm like, all right, if you have Microsoft 365, this would make a lot of sense to go get Microsoft Copilot on top of it. And then if you pay monthly, you're looking at $31.50 a month. But you also need a qualifying Microsoft 365 plan in addition to that. Then I started looking at Google Workspace. If you're not familiar, Google Workspace is their platform for managing your business in terms of like having things such as custom email, business emails, your storage with Google Drive, but then they also have their Google Meet with extra participants, appointment booking pages, e-signatures for docs and PDFs. But the really important part here is that the $14 per month that's where you can actually create what they're calling your team of AI experts. So that's Google's Gemini Gems that I showed you earlier that you can see right here. When you're looking and comparing these, and let's go into this actual document here, this Notion doc, which there'll be a link in the description below. You can get this for free. This is what we're going to work through as we're creating your business as an ADHD entrepreneur. I did this comparison here, and you can see there's also a referral link. And you can save 10% with this promo code. I do get a small commission for that if you end up using that. But you can get an extra 10% off for your first year as well if you go with Google Workspace. But my recommendation is go with either Gemini or Copilot. And that's because you're going to need all those extra features as it is. So if you're setting up custom business emails and all that kind of stuff, why not just go with the service that is going to do a bunch of other things for you and also for a cheaper price, because this is $6 cheaper per month than ChatGPT Plus, which you're going to need for those custom GPTs. So go with Microsoft Copilot or Gemini if you're setting up your AI business coach. Now in the next video, what I want to do is actually walk you through what it looks like to set that up. And we'll take a look at this, whether it's ChatGPT, which is what Copilot uses, or Gemini Gems, and how you go about setting up that AI business coach. So I'll catch you in that next video.